Hi all, welcome to John's Bomber Making. Today I've got the Lancaster Bomber. There we go, stages 79 to 82, and we get to find out what's in 83 as well. Excellent. We do start with the base as well this month. There we go, that is stage 82, that one. Here we have the wing. There we go, lurking ground. We've done all this before. We've got a couple of trims to fit, and then we've got the spars to fit, and then cable clumps. We also got this little letter. There we go, I'll pop this on screen. The Lancaster Bomber. There we go, Lancaster Bomber. Complete your definitive guide to air combat with the final two hardback books, Lancaster and Boeing B.III Flying Fortress, plus your specially designed slipcase. And there's a slipcase with all 6 books in place. These two hardback books and slipcase come for the special subscriber price of $24.99. If you don't want them, you've got to get in contact with them. And I believe you have to get in contact with them every time. I think that's just a change in policy, that, so they can sell them you basically. Well, there we go. I've got my first 4, so I'll wait for them to arrive as well. I'm sure they'll be an excellent read. Anyway, for now, let's get on with stage 79. Okay, open up the magazine. We have the port wing spars. So port wing frame support spar A, B, C and D, cable covers ×5, navigation light K, and formation light K1. It wants us to label these as well. It has got it on the plug, but sometimes that rubs off. And we've got GP screws, so it's just a bit of cabling, as you can see. This takes up the whole of the magazine, believe it or not. I don't know, they're getting skinny with the stories now, but there we go. That is completed work. And coming in the next issue, port inboard trailing edge flap on the side, hinges, hinge brackets, rubber hinge grips and screws. Excellent. Anyway, without further ado, let's get on with the build. Okay, here we have the parts. There we go, those are the parts. All the spars are metal. That's good. Put them to one side. The cable clips are plastic. Those are GP screws. Now I need to unfurl these, and we need to get these into place. This is K. There we go. Run it between your fingers. Yeah. Get it all unfurled. Right. This will go here. Run along this channel all the way along to here and around here. There, and into there, like so. We do need to label this up, so we'll get some tape. So there we go, that's the navigation light K, and now we have the formation light K1, and basically that will go to here, right at the end there, like that, and then tape it down a little bit until we get the clamps into place. This will run along here, all the way along here, and we can pop it, hopefully, down here along with the other tape. Oh, the other cable, I should say. There we go. There we go. Pop that into place. Just there. Now all I need to do is label that up K1. Pop that onto there. It's just so you don't get a mix up for later on when we come to connect them up properly. There we go. So K1, you can see where the cabling goes. Excellent stuff. Next we need this long spar. That will go into here, to that channel just there, like so. And we need 3 screws for this. So keep them cables down as well, which is good. There we go. 1 screw there and 2 here. These are all going to be GP screws. Well, let's get the first one into here. There we go. That gives that a bit more strength as well. Right, we need the next spar. We need this one, 79D. Basically that will go into here, just there and there. And we just need a couple of GP screws for this one. Alright, there we go. This one here, there's a cable here. This one, just make sure it doesn't get clamped underneath it or trapped underneath it, because it might end up splitting it, so just leave it on top. There we go, that goes there. I think we use a clamp for that afterwards anyway. Yeah. Make sure that is like that. Excellent. Right, we have these two spars left now. We need, got here, got one here. Again, these cables are in the way. Not all the cables get in the way, just the ones that do. Just make sure they can sit on top. One GP screw here. There we go. And then this one, let's just move them out of the way. Goes here, like so. Okay, one more screw. Well, there we go. Should be nice and tight. Brilliant. We can dress them later. That's how it looks at the moment. All these cables. There we go. Just pop that there. Just keeps it held in place. There we go. Obviously the PCB will go here. That's where they all connect up to. And then, if need be, we can tape them up later. Right, we need to pop these cable grips in place. Doesn't matter which order you put these in. Well, that can go there. We can super glue these. That will keep that cable nice and safe there. And then another one will go here. Oops, there's a lot of cables for that one. There we go. And then we need one here. Just there. And one here, like so. They're all loose obviously at the moment, but I will glue them in a minute. And one there. Right, see, that one's gone nice, that one. But this one, we need to pop a little bit of glue in that channel. Don't get it on the cables, whatever you do. And then when it's in place, it will hold it just like that. Excellent. Right, I'll get these glued shown in a sec. Okay, we've got three into place now. Just a little bit of super glue on the back end of that channel here. Yeah, you don't want it near the cables. And we can pop that into place just there like that. That should hold that nicely. Same with this one for here. Pop it just there, like so. And that'll hold that there. And there we go. That's all 5 clamps in place. Excellent. So we've got K, K1, the spars and the clamps all nicely in place. Brilliant. Right. Let's move on to stage 80. Okay, stage 80, we have the inner port wing flap. The underside section of the starboard trailing edge flap is fitted to the wing frame. So we have port inboard trailing edge flap underside, hinge ×2, hinge bracket ×2, rubber hinge grip and HP screws. They all have L1 stamped on them as well. There we go. Done all this before, that's look great when it's done. And then we have in the magazines ME758 NAN. That's a good read. It's an excellent read actually. And then we have Ira Eker. Yes. The US 8th Army Air Force during World War II. He was a commander. There we go. There's some of his bombers. If the RAF continues night bombing and we bomb by day, we shall bomb them round the clock and the devil shall not rest. Excellent stuff. There we go. Coming in next issue, port outboard split trailing edge flap on the side. Hinges, hinge retainer, plates, rubber hinge grips and screws. Those are the parts. Let's get on with the build. Okay, let's get the parts out. There we go. Those are the parts. Right, first thing we need to do is to put these rubbers on the hinges. All 4. There we go. And with L1 facing up, we can pop that into there. And this one can go into here. And then we just need to cover them. There we go. just like that. Right, let's get the screws out. We have 4 screws. There we go. Just make sure it's got L1, L1. Right, got it the right way up then. Excellent. Right, that basically goes onto here. And we need 4 more. It says L1 there and L1 there. 4 more of these screws to keep this into place. There we go, look at that. Brilliant, there we go. Not a great lot of movement there, to be honest. Should be, yeah, it gets stopped there by that nacelle. Well, there is movement anyway. I'll compare it with the other one later. Okay, so that is stage 80 completed. Okay, now we have stage 81. We have the outer port wing flap. So, port outboard split trailing edge flap the underside. Hinge times 2, hinge retainer plate, rubber hinge grips and 9 HP screws. Just like before, these have got L2 stamped on them. So on the wing, you will see where this goes. There we go. Excellent, it should look like that. And the Bristol Bullfighter. Now, I built one of these not so long ago. It's in my playlist, if you want to have a go and have a look. It looks beautiful, I must admit. Cracking plane. And air power in the Battle of the Bulge. I haven't read this one, so this will be an excellent read. And coming in issue 82, base panels, pillar mount, connecting plates and screws. So we actually start on the display base. Excellent. They're the parts. Let's get on with the build. Let's get the parts out. There we go. All got L2 stamps on them. That is that split trailing edge, has an L on it. Right, we'll get these little rubber grips on, and then we can pop these hinges into place. It will go like that. We must have the L2 facing up. There we go, just same as before. Pop that on there, that will go into there. And these two have L2 on them as well. There and there. And we'll get the screws out and get them in place. Okay, now get the first one in here. There we go, 4 HP screws, L2, L2. Bring the wing over. That will go on to there. Should drop into place really nice. There we go. Just clip it in. Right, 4 more screws. There we go. There we go, a bit more movement for that one. Yeah, that one not as much. I think I might just trim that nacelle at the back because that's what's stopping it from coming down. It only moves up a little bit. Show you an angle. Let's see. Doesn't meet. Yeah, I thought there'd be a bit more movement. Like I say, that nacelle just catches it. But anyway, there we go. That is stage 81. So all we got left this month is the actual display base bottom. So let's get on with that. Stage 82. Okay, now stage 82. Display stand panels. 82A. They're all 82A. Base panel times 3. Pillar mount labelled R. Connecting plate 2 holes times 2. Connecting plate 4 holes times 2. And JP screws 1 spare. There we go. Not a great lot to it, is there really? There we go, completed work. But this is more important. Lancaster W4783. That'll be, there we are. There's its fact file, first 20 missions. Looking cool. And then we have the Luftwaffe's lack of strategic bombers. Yeah, there's old Herman. And your next set of parts, the port aileron top and underside, aileron hinges, aileron trim flap, rubber hinge grips and screws. And going back to this, I have managed to get more movement out of it. There we go. Yeah, I just undid the screws on this side and pushed it down a little bit. There we go. It rubs a little bit, but there's more movement there for definite. Coolio. Right, let's get on with stage 82. They're the parts. Let's get on with the build. Okay, let's get the parts on. Okay, those are our parts. There's the brackets. There's that pillar mount. We don't need that yet, so we can pop that to one side. Now, that is how the panels should end up looking like. You notice the screws, or the holes, screw holes, just like that. First of all, we need to flip these two over like that, and we need to get the brackets in place. Okay, let's get the first 4-hole bracket into place, just there like that. We need 2 JP screws. There we go. And at the bottom, we just need one of these 2-hole brackets. There we go. And then all we need to do is pop that one there like so. There we go, like that. And we can pop that bracket onto there, and this bracket onto here. We get them 2 screws into place now. There we go. That is how that should be. There we go. Excellent stuff. So there we go. Where's that pillar? There we go. That's all we need to do in this issue. Brilliant. That is stages 79 to 82 complete. There we go. There is the split trailing edge flap. Yeah. That one does move now. A lot better. It did catch onto that nacelle. Yeah, there we go. Does catch onto it still a little bit. I could file it off, to be honest, just round off the edge, but I don't know how much it needs really, because the other one doesn't go that far over. It should meet really, I think, around about just there, like, let's see, there like that. So it does touch the nacelle, but anyway, it's not as though it's going to be used electronically. Do what we get them doors sorted. Really flimsy that. Anyway, it's looking cool, is it not? Brilliant! Anyway, there we go. That is that wing. There is the base. Yeah, you can't really go wrong, can you? And there is a pillar. I think it's got an arrow on it. Yep, it's got a big arrow on it. Excellent stuff. I wonder how many of these we're going to get. Can't remember how big it was now. I reckon maybe another, see, 2 there, 3 there. Is it going to be 8 altogether? Or is it going to be 12? Ooh, wait and see. Anyway, there we go. So that is it. I know we've done this before with the starboard wing, but at least the port wing is coming together. Now in the next 4 issues, there are more base panels. I believe there's a side panel as well. And we also get the PCB for this wing as well, so we can pop that onto the main part of the wing. And then, well, the other 2 aren't on Hachette's website yet, but ooh, wait and see. Anyway, there we go. If you did like that, give us a nice big thumbs up, and hopefully I'll see you next month. So tune in, stay safe. Bye for now.